Hello, hello, good morning. Hello, hello. All right, so good morning, good morning. We're here, we're looking at USDJPY. Let's take a look at news first and foremost. So if we take a look, well, actually, you know what I'll do? So here's what we're doing. We're gonna look at the daily. When we do take a look at the daily and we start from the higher time frames, we see that it's like bouncing off this level of support, which means that we're having trouble in this area. We're having a lot of trouble in this area. So this might be a place that price might want to return to, but if we break through that, then I can see us heading to here. Now, let's zoom in to find some level of resistance, some level of something that might break up in terms of a buying situation. So right here we have some level of support and resistance. This is actually a strong level of support. As you can see, it extends all the way up to here. So we do have some reaction. We are breaking lows here. So let's see what's going to come about. So we're going to go to the 1 hour. You see the 1 hour, this is some clear level of support right here. That price is having trouble with. As you can see, it came down, but then broke above this level of support. So we'll zoom in again. You can maybe even signify this. We'll see. Let's zoom in one more time. This is again US dollar JPY. Yeah, so that looks like it's about it. I mean, selling through here, you still have this as a level of support, but selling through here, we have an area that is approximately, let me see how low this. It's like 40 pips. It's like yesterday. But I was thinking about it last night, I think, that if I have like a 40 pip today, or sorry, if I have a 40 pip day, the day before, then today, I'm gonna think to myself that the market may not do the same thing. So right here, move drawings. We're gonna zoom out to the higher time frames. We don't want to rush anything. However, it does look like it's breaking lows here. It most certainly is on the daily. So we'll just put that in as a strong level of support. That price is now breaking. If we zoom in, we can definitely see that price is breaking these lows right here. So price is breaking those lows. So let's see what's happening. Price is breaking more lows. Whenever I see price in a downtrend and we're breaking lows, I automatically like say to myself, yeah, this looks like it's gonna be some form of a hard sell. So right here we can just make this a bit thinner, a bit thick. So right in this area we can see that price did react to it and now we are selling. If price sells and breaks that low, where will price go to is my number one question, right? So when it comes to this kind of thing, I like to use this, and I would say that price would come to this low initially, right? So we're gonna just go ahead and just draw our box right there. Just draw our box and just move it right there. So right there, if price breaks this low right here, then that's about a 30 pip, 40 pip move. That's actually really good too. Really good. I really like this trade. This trade on GU, I really like. How I see it panning out is that price would break this low, close, come back up to show some sort of a wick, and then subsequently break the low. So we'll see if that pans out. Wow, it really looks like price just wants to continue selling at this point, which is really good. I'm wondering if like an impulse move can be entered right here. I'm gonna do a paper trade. I'm gonna set up my hands. realistically, and just see, take an arrow, if when we break this low right here, can price basically continue past this point and get to this point? If so, then this move itself is approximately 13-15 pips, with the possibility of it continuing down. So that's a possibility, but right now we are just about to break lows, so we really just have to wait, realistically. It's really just more so about waiting at this point. But yeah, I chose this as the level of support because this was the initial one, and then price came and reacted to this again. Price just recently broke this low, so now we're at this level of support. So it broke this level of support, and now we're at this level of support. So it doesn't make sense to open up a trade from a level of support. It makes sense to trade it while it breaks support. But if you can see, price just tried to, and it wicked back up. So it tells me that we're gonna have a little bit of trouble in this area. I'm really sitting on my hands. I'm wanting something to trade more so below this area, but if we do get a trade around this area, then I'm okay with that too. Right, so So, okay, so we have news, we have USD news at 8:30, but it's really nothing. Like the yellow boxes are not really nothing. On top of that, I'm planning on leaving early today at 8 a.m. So right here, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a book out of a really great trader's book. If price happens to retrace in this area, then I'll look towards taking a trade. Right now it's kind of risky. It's really risky. So I'm really waiting on price retracing. It is still 6:41 a.m. You can just sit on your hands realistically and not really do anything and just wait, kind of see what's going to happen. Let's check out the strength meter. Again, I don't actually use this to confirm trades. It's just really for fun to see kind of what's happening. So the pound is weak and the dollar is strong, which would make sense in terms of GBP USD selling right now. Most of the time when I come here at 6:30, these two are always strong, so it's quite hard to decipher, but JPY is the stronger one right now. So right here we're still selling. I don't want to open up anything as of right now. However, this was a really good trade on this break of the low. Like getting in right now, you're at 6-7 pips. Really great trade. Really great trade. Like structure was there too. Like we can clearly see we're in a downtrend. We're here. Like this was the trade before it formed. So we have a close of 44-hour candle. We have price going down in a time when there's momentum. So when there's momentum, you know you can take trades and kind of feel that they're gonna go ahead and continue. So like it created a low, it came up, and taking this trade right here, oh, that's such a nice trade. That is such a nice trade. it's like a 30 pip move. But I think that was the move. I think price coming down and creating a low and then creating this high and then subsequently coming breaking lows. I think that was the move. And you would have been at the top here with maybe the whole position running. About to go into 40 pips. So this is something I'm going to watch for because I think my price might retrace. And then as it retraces, I think it might subsequently start to break lows. So that's something I'm going to definitely be watching for. Let's see here. So I'm going to mark up the charts here and say potential sells below 109. Oops. 109. 350. Let's actually draw that out. So potential sells below 367 actually. So this is actually 367. So then we're gonna take our marker here and we're gonna say right here, potential buys above 109.645, right? So this is like saying to ourselves, it's like a map, right? So we have our map. So right here, we're creating some level. Price is rejecting this level in the smaller time frames. And this is why I didn't really want to get into any trades right away because it wasn't breaking the support. So let's go back to GU. GU is still approaching this level of support. I would need it to like create some candle below that. Either that or price stops, retraces, and then subsequently comes and starts breaking lows right after that. Like again, this could very well be the move, and I might have to just sit on my hands, to be honest with you. We will see. So we'll say potential sells below 1. Where is it right now? 1.36280. 36. Oh, that works actually. Well, yeah. If I ever need to. F11. Oh, that's nice. Okay. 6280. And we'll say this is a really general area right now, so as price starts to come up around this area, I'll start to like readjust and stuff like that. But potential buys above 1.36729, right? So really general, nothing very specific, but that's kind of like our roadmap. So right now price is definitely coming to this area. We're definitely just waiting here and sitting on our hands. We don't want to rush into anything. I would much rather like a 1 hour kind of close, making it so it's a better confirmation. Not to say this isn't a great confirmation. Now this right here is something that I kind of like. I kind of like a lot. There's a lot of momentum to the downside. We're still early in the trade. Not much has happened. Only structure was created. And there was a strong level of support. Price tapped off it, broke through it once, tapped off it twice. That's 3 times now. that has touched it, and now there's the fourth time, and now price is breaking kind of this level of support. I think today I'm going to be extra patient. However, GU moves so fast that there might be an impulse move right here. But there is still only 12 more minutes until the following 1 hour. Usually what tends to happen when there's a brand new 1 hour, and I'll kind of show you as an example, is price, generally speaking, if you're in certain areas, will tend to like wick up, give you some sort of wicks, and then follow up in the actual direction that it wants to go into, right? So it gave you a little bit of it came here, gave you a wick, and then it came in the direction that it wanted to, gave you a wick, came the direction it wanted to, gave you a wick, came the direction it wanted to, right? So these are brand new 1 hours where it will give you momentum and then wick back. So these are really, when it's a brand new 1 hour, there's a lot of volatility. So even though we are breaking lows here and we're more than likely going to break this low, I'm going to choose to stay out of this trade. Even if we continue to break lows, we have open space. This open space is literally 40 pips. So there's no need to rush whatsoever, because there's a lot of pips to be taken out of the market today. And yesterday was also 40 pip days. So you really have to remain patient. You really want something to close on the higher time frames. I may not even trade today, to be 100% honest with you and transparent. I just feel as though when you come to the market and you say to yourself, today I'm gonna catch trade, you're like putting yourself in a position where like you have to trade. And like it's better to just say like you're confident, you're confident, you're confident, you're confident, and then literally just let your skill improve. So improve 1% per day. That's it. Improve 1% per day and look towards like me personally, when I start to like get more profit and more savings, I'm gonna start to look towards penny stocks, stuff like penny stocks. I was talking with one of my friends, and he was saying that crypto for young people is like our stock market, and he's completely right. Like if you build enough of a portfolio in order to be able to let your crypto assets build, it doesn't have to be too much in crypto. It can be like $100, $200. Gradually, you want that to increase, but if you start small and let it build, you are going to be able to get a few crypto coins that have huge potential upside. They're not even a penny right now, so the upside is like huge potential, and the downside is like really nothing, right? So that's something that I would say as well. Let's see. So it looks like we are gonna break these lows right here, this low specifically, and in doing so, just take this up really quickly. In breaking this low, we're gonna take off for about at least 10 pips. I just don't want to get in because I mean I see some other stuff forming like this. I just have to be patient and wait for my 1 hour to close. This trade was so smooth though. It gave you ample amounts of time to get in. Look, it told you, hey, I'm at a level of resistance. I'm rejecting this level of resistance. I'm creating, not only am I rejecting, but I'm creating some form of resistance. You can see it like right here, some form of resistance was created. And then support was created as well, right? So right under, you can see support was created. So you have resistance and you have support. So you can say that because we're in a downtrend, and if price breaks this level of resistance and starts to break lows, then you can get in. And this is something that I'm gonna be looking for in the future as well, because this move was literally like a 25 pip move. This move was a gorgeous move. I didn't take it. Now this move looks like it's gonna really pan out. I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna sit on my hands for now. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna be right back. One moment. Hello. So we have about 5 minutes until this 1 hour closes. So I talked about this. So I could have gotten an entry pure liquidity a little bit earlier, like right around here, which would have yielded, yeah, like about 17 pips, right? But that's the thing, like there was no telling if this was already the move or wasn't. I was just better off staying out of this, and then next time, then I'm gonna feel more confident getting in because I've already seen this. Like when you're in a downtrend, and then price is breaking lows, but then subsequently comes up at a level of strong support. When it broke that level of support, it came down, it broke it, and then retraced. So when it retraces after breaking a strong level of support, then I can assume in my head that it's the same trade. So I'm gonna look for that later. Now, one trade that I think might go the mile is that if price retraces, stays above this 30-minute candle right here, and then starts to subsequently start to break lows. If that can happen, that's a really good trade. You could see here UJ is having a lot of trouble in this area, so I'll actually even just move that a little bit, because this price, you can see that it's getting a lot of trouble in this area. We're actually even rejecting to possibly go to the upside, which would kind of make sense because, in all honesty, if you look, we did a 40 pip drop. Actually, technically this looks like it's a 100 pip drop, like from right here. Yeah, so this is like a 130 pip drop, right? So when you get something that strong of a drop, and this happened in a day, barely any pullbacks or anything. So this was actually the major pullback to come back into this zone. It left one zone and came back into another zone. So now we're in between both zones, price zones, and we don't exactly know what price is going to do. Like this was very, very, very nice because we could practically look at it and say, you know what, price is going to continue to drop. We're in a downtrend. Price created a high. It's going to subsequently come back to retest that high, possibly break it. Now we don't know what's going to happen after. That's why we're sitting on our hands. But here we're in between two price zones. We don't know whether or not people want to take price back into like this area and trade in this area, or if they want to continue to let price continue to fall. So you have to be really, really patient. That's why I feel like today, I was talking about it yesterday, I want to observantly find no trade days. So while I'm talking about this, I'm also looking for a stronger level of resistance. Not even a stronger level of resistance, just something to basically say to myself, hey, you know what? If price breaks out of this, it tried to but couldn't. So this is a great place to start, right? This is a gorgeous trade. Oh my gosh, man. I mean, when you see trades like this, though, again, I said it yesterday. I said it on Sunday as well when I was simulator trading. Warren Buffett said that when price is going super fast, really, really fast, you don't get excited. You actually get scared, right? And he's a multi-billionaire. He's one of the best innovators of all time, philosopher, crazy philosopher. So right now we're probably gonna have price break this low. I'm gonna stay away because I think the trade already happened. If I get in right now, then we're gonna have some difficulty with my stop loss being hit. Wow, this trade is crazy. Oh gosh. I also want to work on my FOMO. So I want to work on my fear of missing out. And that's like a strong acronym that was created by traders to say, hey, you know what? Like, stick to your plan. Keep your head down until it's time to come up. And when it's time to come up, realistically, is like when I have a bigger balance. Like when I have a bigger balance, and I have a balance that's more so along the lines of like 10,000 or 20,000, these trades are gonna be there. And I'm gonna have been waking up earlier to catch these trades. I'm gonna be up at like 6 a.m., 5:30 a.m. to be able to be in the market at these tops right here. and I don't feel like it's really calling tops, because you can even see like right here was a level of support, and if you draw this level of support here, turn resistance, see a turn resistance, and it broke up. So subsequently now you're in this zone, these two zones. It used it as a level of resistance, came back down, came up, and used these two as two level of zones and started breaking lows. It could have easily broke up, but that's not what the market dictated at that time, right? So that's when they say like keep your head down till it's time to come up, they literally mean just like just wait and watch stuff and learn without really jumping into the market, and just get a feel for the market for when it's time that you have like a $20,000 account, $30,000 account, because trading will be so much smoother at that point, like incredibly smoother. You're gonna be looking at like, instead of having like a brawl match, like a street brawl, you're gonna be looking at a boxing match where you're Floyd Mayweather and the next guy's Conor McGregor. Like that's how easy trading will be, right? But I'm not trying to overcomplicate things. I mean, if lows start to get broken here, I mean that's a trade I like, but I really need something now to like close. I really need something to close in and under here, and I mean like close to tell us that yeah, price is going in this area, and maybe create some form of a low, and then maybe like retest these areas right here, and then subsequently start to break lows again. So that would be my ideal trade for UJ. If that doesn't pan out, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, we'll see. But I haven't seen this move enough to say to myself, hey, you know what? If this wicks up, I can confidently say if this continues to wick up, I can confidently say if there's on the 15-minute and 5-minute, if there's some level of a close and then a retrace to come and retrace and retest this area, then I can look towards taking a sell in this area confidently, because the 30-minute just closed below this. So again, I didn't want to take this trade because now look, like you take the trade, right? The trade's realistically right here. So you take the trade, you're right off the bat, you're in two pips of profit. You're like, yes. And then look at this, almost instantly. And you don't know what's going to happen here. And it's not like there's any like market structure that's going to tell us like this is hammer, this is like morning star, right? Like it's like it's like, no, like you don't know what's going to happen, and you're just like hoping that it goes down, as opposed to like having a stop loss at break even. See, this is definitely why I didn't want to take this trade, because now there's support being created. Like this is a clear-cut buy. Like if I was to take a buy here, like this would probably pan out in the long run. Again, I'm just sitting idly. I'm not in any trades whatsoever. No trades. In the meantime, what I'm gonna do is actually just unpin. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple of things here. Duplicate, and I want this turned down a little bit. Alright, so I'm gonna open up some gold here. Where's gold? So I'm gonna open up gold here. I'm gonna remove all the drawing tools. I'm gonna start from a fresh, and we can see here that price sold and then rejected it. We're in the 30-minute candles. Let's check out the 4-hour. Even though we don't use it for anything really, it's good to know kind of where we are, right? So right here, if we look to the left, we're in this little mini area of consolidation. So we'd want to break out of that, and then we can potentially get to like this area right up here, right? From a selling standpoint, I think this low was created and then respected, so I think we'd want to come to this low as selling point. So let's zoom in a lot. So this is the 30-minute candles. Let's start to draw out some stuff here as per support and resistance. So you can see here, clear cut, you have some level of resistance here that price is having a hard time to come up. And you can see here price is having a hard time going below this area right here. right? So that's what we're going to look for, support and resistance. In the meantime, let me just go back. Now that this trade retraced and there's like a little bit of a wick at the top, like this makes it more enticing for me. However, just sitting on my hands here, just really learning, right? Learning what I can and cannot do for the future to come. So right here, we're gonna zoom in more because we know this is gold, and on gold, it just literally moves so fast that you have to use the smaller time frames as your area is getting in. So you can see here, there's a level of support, a level of resistance. If we buy above this area, we're gonna get to this area. So we'll just draw that out here. Just erase this line. Right, so we have that as a buying area, and then we might actually have to trim this down from a selling perspective and say boom, right? So that's what we're waiting on. We have this level of support, and we have places that price can go to if we're breaking support and resistance. So right now, if I was to just look at this, I see here a top was created. We're breaking out of tops. The top was created, a low was created, a level of support, and then we went up to retest this area. We're in between two areas of support and resistance. It looks really like a range, and we have to wait for price to break out of this area, break out of here for clean sells to this area, or break out of here, which has been having trouble doing so, to have clean buys to the top. So that would be my analysis. Right now we're trading at some level of support. We might break this level of support, but who knows, hard to say. It's a very, very fresh level of support. So we'll see what happens. That is the gold breakdown. Yes, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know exactly what's going to happen. So taking the trade right here as an impulse move, saying, hey, you know what, lows are being broken, we don't really have to wait for a candle, that would have worked. But now this one, where the trades already happened, and that's the key statement in all of this. The trade has already happened. It's like you're trying to get on a train to go to a different city, and you come to the train, you're almost at the right time, you're like 5 minutes late, and the train's not there. So what train? And this is not a trade. This is just breaking down, let's say, like some form of a something to put it into perspective. So if you're looking to take that train and to get to the next city, then you aren't gonna get on that train because there's no train there. So the same thing's happening. You got to the market, let's say, like for my example, I got to the market 5 minutes early. The train was taking off. I'm like, should I get on the train? My foot was kind of 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the door, and then the train left the station. So that was the trade. That was the clearest probably trade for the day. I'm not gonna say there's not gonna be any more trades. I'm just saying that, like, it's going to be a bit more difficult. So this is the buy I was talking about. I didn't want to take it because there's so much going on to the left. There's like all this, and it's just I'm like what the heck is this, right? So however, whenever you start to create a level of support at support and you start to break that said, this you can say is like a little mini level of resistance. Like if I zoom into the 15-minute, this is without resistance, right? You can see that some candles are looking to try to break out, but it can't. And then one candle did, creating some level of resistance, and then this candle broke out of the resistance. So from a technical perspective, like this trade made sense. It's just really risky. But you would be sitting at like 5 pips right now. Maybe moving stop loss to break even. So let's say like your stop loss is like here. So let's see from a paper trade standpoint, because I think I said I was going to paper trade this. Let's see from a paper trade standpoint where this is going to head, if this is going to go through the whole distance. I think this is honestly a no trade day. Similar to yesterday, I was saying, the only way I would really want to trade this now is if you had some level of resistance be created here. Sorry. If you had some level of resistance created here and subsequently some level of support and price retraced but then came and retested that level of resistance and then came and broke support. Right now it is going, so the sell would have been like in this area. That's where the sell would have been. However, I mean, this is just not in my trading plan. So, or in my mind, it's not in my trading plan. I'm gonna incorporate it through just watching this video again in the near future. In terms of how I can enter that as an impulse move. So the stop loss looks like it's really gonna be a hit here. I'm not in this trade, paper trade, only a paper trade. But when you paper trade, it kind of gives you an idea of where price can head, and where you can like get in for future opportunities, right? So this isn't even actually okay. So I'm gonna zoom out here to the 30-minute candles and just keep checking into structure. If we look into the 1 hour, and also like why this trade's so hard to take realistically is because, okay, one, I want to take it as a sell because retracing and now possibly going my direction, but it just broke the previous 30-minute candle, which kind of tells me that like it can start buying. Like if you look here, right, in these areas, price had trouble breaking below these areas. So what that should tell you, and why I have this as the level of support, is because you want to wait for better confirmations in areas where there's a lot of lack of structure, for better words. So this doesn't have great structure. This trade is amazing. If you would have just impulsively taken this as an impulse move, at the break of this low, you would have been in at how many pips? 14 pips, and on top of that, your stop loss would have almost been hit, but wouldn't have been hit. So that's a really great trade. However, it's not as immaculate down here, right? Down here, it's like a battle. And right now, it looks like it's an uphill battle. Like it looks like the price wants to retrace and go all the way up. Well, not necessarily right now, but prior to. So right now we're just waiting. I mean, now that we're breaking lows and stuff like that, it really looks like price wants to continue downwards. This is really looking like a sell. However, again, I don't want to take it even as an impulse, only due to the fact that I think the trade already happened. That's just what I'm thinking in my mind, and I don't want to rush anything. Even though like I could, I don't want to. We are coming now to a point where it's going to be 7:30. Which would mean that candles are going to create formation below this level, and it would make it so it's more enticing for me to get in. Right now it's not too enticing, so I'm just going to wait and sit on my hands. And the reason for that is because, like, again, when I want to have my like $10,000 balance, $20,000 balance, $30,000 balance, it really comes down to like the nitty-gritty, the perfection in it all that allows you to say, okay, you know what, let's make a trade for $300, let's let that run, and it goes to, let's say, $1,200, right? So that's what I'm anticipating, that's what I'm waiting for. I know success will come about if I'm just consistent. Gold looks like it's going to be a really, really good sell. I just don't want to get in because gold moves so fast. Oh, see now, a second ago it looked like a little bit of a sell, but now it looks like a buy. Like this is gold deceiving, like because we're creating this level of support, but at the same time, it's not really like that strong of a level of support. Like it's really was just created, like literally 14 minutes ago. And gold is a monster. Gold is a freight train. It will just go here and whip back up in like 30 seconds. Like I'll show you. Probably do it today. GU moves fast too, mind you. I think I might enter into this UJ buy, but then again, patience is a must. Patience is a virtue. I was thinking last night that this would be some form of a possibility, support being created and then price just rejecting this level of support and continuing up, I was thinking to myself this could be a possibility, but taking the trade now is kind of risky. I mean, you do have to the upside like 14 pips. So like, it's like, how do you say, get to this price level at the top, but it's risky in the sense that price is in a very strong downtrend. We're breaking lows. I'm gonna wait and just see what's gonna happen. Like if I take another paper trade right here, I took a paper trade right here, so I think that's like my, if I was to take like 1 to 2 paper trades per day, that's one of my paper trades. I don't know if I want to take another paper trade right now because my paper trade already got stopped. My stop loss got hit on my paper trade. Now we're just waiting. These gold buys look really, really good right now to me. Yeah, right. Like if I give the charts like 30 minutes, then you would see movement. You'd see probably like this candle all the way down to here. Probably see this candle like range for a bit. Yeah, but if I was the trade of the day, if I was fearless, would have been the breaking of this low and understanding the concept of the structure and taking this all the way down. That's 30 pips with no retrace. Let me see if there's any retrace from this breaking of this low right here. Let me see if there's any from this breaking of this low. It looks like there was. Break of the low. Oh wait, no, break of the low happened here, so not really actually at all. Ooh, now it's looking like a really great trade. GU. And with GU though, like it makes sense that it wants to sell because the dollar is strong and the pound is weak, but at the same time, it's just like I feel like the trades already happened and like the trade's happening right now. So to get into it while I'm talking about it would be like, it would just be a headache. Like I would, like I was saying much earlier, I would rather some level of support created and then price coming back up to retest this area, so resistance created and then subsequently coming back down to then break these level of supports. That would be a really great trade in my idea, but I drew this line out because it subsequently is like a reminder that if I open up a trade right now, what will be happening right now, right? And right now we were just clearly just tethering between wanting to go up or going down, so it's quite hard to want to enter a trade unless I see like a new candle form. Yeah, today, ooh, this just shot up 20 pips. Dang, that's nice. Good thing no one took sells. But yeah, in this area, you don't want to say sell either, because there is the possibility of price coming down, but like price is already up, so don't sell when price is up. GU looks where it looks like it's where all the potential is, but buying in this area is very bad because we don't have any level of supports, and we're not breaking through any level of resistance. We're actually breaking through support. So when you break through support, you're going downwards, so you're going to say sell, but when you're breaking through resistance, you're going upwards, so you're going to say buy. And if there was a level of support created, and then you've seen like a couple of candles close right here as green candles, then support would be created. And then if top starts to get broken, we come back in this area, then you could say that there's a potential buying opportunity. But as of right now, we are nothing of the sorts happening. We are breaking levels of support, and if anything, the level of resistance is being respected. See, level of support being broken, created a level of resistance, and now this level of resistance is being respected. This level of resistance is being respected.
At Walmart, we have back to campus in the bag. Get electronics, home essentials, fall fashion, and stationery all at low prices. Shop in-store or online and get free shipping on orders over $35.
Oops.
Restrictions apply. See walmart.ca for details.
Where is this thing? Is that okay? You're back. Hello, hello. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I only realistically have like 40 minutes left to my trading day. Um, this buy was so nice though. Like I did a paper trade on this buy. It doesn't really make sense because we're in a price where price is ranging. So I continue to tell myself don't trade in those areas because you don't know exactly what's going to be happening. As opposed to if price came and broke down and started selling in these areas, I know what's happening. I can clearly cut see what's happening, right? So it's just right now I don't know whether or not prices is going to continue because look, if price came up, pretend like it was going to come down and then went all the way up. So who's to say that price, and we're in the same area too, so who's to say that price is going to come up, pretend to keep going up and then just shoot down, right? Like this looks like a clear-cut sell. However, we have 8 more minutes until this candle closes, and it would be a bit better confirmation if we had another candle, price came up to respect this candle high, and then we can get in a sell for price to continue downwards. Right now, however, it's a bit of a riskier trade. I'm not saying it's not the trade. I'm just saying it's a bit of a riskier trade. So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm gonna be back in a little bit as we wait for this 30-minute candle to close, and then we can look towards seeing if there's like a nicer opportunity. This is a very nice opportunity though. I'll be right back.
Download your meditation videos and unwind uninterrupted. Try YouTube Premium on us.
Okay. I want to say that I'm extremely happy that I didn't get into sell. I used to actually be like prior to, even though this low was being broken, but this level of support didn't break fully, I would be the one that would get into the sell and then be at the mercy of the market here. Like now what I looked at was that there was a level of support being created, and when there's support being created at a level of support, you look towards buying. So then, you buy and you would have got 20 pips, but I didn't take that trade. Now, I'm very happy I didn't get in that trade. I'm very happy I didn't get in this trade as well. Um, I've identified that today may be a no trade day, and it basically is. But wow, this move was really good. This move was really good. I have to maybe in the future either say one of two things because this trade's so good. I have to say either that I missed this trade and it was good because there was a lot of stuff to the left, or I have to say that price is now coming up to a level of resistance. And I did speak about this, so let me just go ahead and clean this up. We would want price to break out of this high in order to continue. All right, so let's create that as a high. We just needed to clear those candles, and then it's more than likely clear smoothing, clear sailing. So that has changed. This is 109,696. 109. So not a far difference. 696. So a couple pips up. But we want to be very meticulous and very perfect. That's what I was talking about. Like if price did come up to this level, which it does look like it is, then I would readjust my resistance to make it fit, because this was essentially from this. So right now, even like price may shoot up to here, but I don't want to take any trades. I'm more confident taking trades below this area, or above this area, and I'm more comfortable taking the trade that I explained. That I've explained one more time, that if price comes and leaves this wick and comes in, this line is nothing. It's just an indicator for myself, so I'll actually delete it. If price closes and creates some sort of like another candle that comes here, but then also comes up to respect this area, and then subsequently after doing so, you have support and you have resistance. When that happens, then you can confidently say that when one is broken out of, you're either coming into this level to buy in this area, or you're subsequently then breaking lows to continue in this area. This area has a 40 pip gap. Huge potential, huge potential. So that's what we're waiting for, and we're about to get a new 30-minute candle in about, let's say, like 1 minute. Yeah, like, oh, actually, I think the brand new 30-minute candle should be here right now. Okay, so it's right here. So let's see what happens. Let's see if there's any opportunities that can come about. We will find out. These are really shaky grounds. Be careful. No need to rush. Today might be a no trade day. Today may be a no trade day where we sit on our hands and don't do anything and just talk about different concepts. Because like right now, it does look like the price is going to retrace and then continue in that direction, in the direction of a bullish trend. However, we're still in this nasty range. Man, if I was to do one thing as an impulse move, I would take a sell right now. It doesn't make sense to, because the price can just be retracing to go up to the upside. But take a sell right now, move my stop loss to break even as soon as possible, and in doing so, just allowing my trade to run. But that would be like calling a top. You don't want to call a top or call a bottom. You want to sell a bottom and sell a top. Sorry, you want to buy a top and sell a bottom. Sorry about that. So right here, we can see that price is now coming into this area. There may be the opportunity for impulse buys to happen. But if I'm sticking to my trading plan, there's no trades right now. No trades whatsoever. Waiting for these lows to subsequently be broken, and those would be the trades. So that might actually pan out right now. Now, what I want to ask myself, and I think I know the answer to that, is with this candle. Do I want this low to be broken or this low? Because this low is like a break of the candle closing, so it's leaving you like a price high, price low, a price open, and a price close. So subsequently, this price close is somewhere that price, if price continues below, then it could just continue to rip down. But if you take a trade right here, is it better? I think it is better here, because you're not at the mercy of a wick being left above here and then price just shooting up. There's no wick here at the bottom, so there's absolutely no trade. I am ill-advised to take any trades in this area. Yeah, so this was a sell that I was referring to. This might pan out to be like a really good sell. However, I don't want to sell it. I really just don't want to. I don't feel the urge to need to, nor do I want to actually. I'm just waiting. Because I've taken these sells in the past, only for price to then just rip up and either go into a loss or hit my stop loss. I'm being very, very conservative because the plan to increase my capital is not with my profits yet. It's more so just with deposits, constant deposits, and taking small trades here and there. So I'm okay with taking 1 to 2 trades per day and 3 to 5 trades per week. That's what I'm limiting myself to. I've taken 1 trade this week. Generally speaking, in the past, what I would do is I'd probably be at already like 4 trades so far. Like I would take like maybe 1 on Sunday, 2 on Monday, and then 1 today, and I would be at 4. But right now I'm only at 1, which I have to give it to myself is immaculate, is amazing. Today even looks like a no trade day. If price flips bearish in the next like 15 minutes or so, I'm wondering if there is a trade opportunity. I don't think so. It looks like price wants to start buying and coming in this area. This is trade setups and market setups I don't know of, so I'm gonna stay away from the market. I don't know of these. Maybe within the next 30 minutes at the 8 a.m. candle, we get a momentum push. Hard to say if we're gonna get that momentum push, but we may. In the meantime, I'm just waiting, sitting on my hands. Yeah, also the reason why I don't want to take a impulsive buy here is like, because basically like if I'm thinking in my mind that this is the move, then this is the move that I want to study in order to say that if I see this in the market again, let's say in like a month or two, then I can confidently say to myself, hey, I can take this trade. As opposed to, which is, and this is going to be a totally different philosophy, one trade, two trades, three trades, four trades, five trades. It's just big different when you say this is the one trade, and I go back to the market later and I just assess this whole situation. Even now, as we speak, I'm assessing the situation. I'm assessing the situation that there was a high created in a downtrend, lower low create. So this would be a lower high. It respected these levels of resistance, so this would be a lower high, and then lower lows were created, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So you can see this is a continuous downtrend. And this would be the move, as opposed to like even getting here. I did talk about when price was like right here, getting in a sell, moving stop loss to break even. My stop loss would be right here, and then like the next candle, you don't know what's gonna happen. It can just start coming up and take you out, and that's your one trade, and lose a bit of confidence or something, right? As opposed to not trading and just seeing what happens, and then coming back to the market tomorrow and then trading tomorrow's market. Like it's a big difference between just throwing like random trades and like waiting for one trade, waiting for your one trade to pan out. There's a big difference, huge. That's what I'm waiting for right now. Right now I'm either waiting for my one trade to come about, or I'm waiting to see if there's going to be no trade for the day, and if I'm just going to be sitting here, which I definitely don't mind, because the number one goal in my mind is just to build my account size with relative trades, nothing too big, nothing rushed, deposits in the account every 2 weeks. And if I do take no trades today, I would assume that 50 to 70% of traders out there have already taken trades and probably have put themselves in a losing position. I am not one of those people, so I'm better off right now than 50 to 70% of traders out there right now. So if you're in that boat with me, that's perfect. You haven't lost any money today, and I feel like I myself have to be okay with not making money, but at the same time not losing money, because losing money is terrible. Awful. Awful. I've also looked at two situations that have panned out that I can say, hey, if I see these situations again, I'm gonna be able to take be able to capitalize on those opportunities. Capitalize on those opportunities, because this market, oh gosh, it moves so smooth. And this is kind of also what I was saying a little earlier in the stream, is that like earlier, price from the start of our stream, 6:30 to all the way till 9, gave us like a 45 pip move. And 18 pips was grabbed yesterday. But in essence, if you have one day that's just a total wreck in the market, gives you a 40 pip day, 50 pip, 60 pip day, or 70 pip day, the next day just expect there to be some form of consolidation. Don't expect there to be back-to-back home runs, hitting it out the park, because it doesn't make sense. People take out their money, people start to buy in a downtrend whenever supports hit. There's clear-cut support here being created. So that's my exact concept that I'm running with today, to have not gotten a trade today. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this being a no trade day, and just relatively just chilling and just learning from the market and seeing what can be done in greater times. Because when I have, again, $10,000, $20,000 account, $30,000 account, I want to be able to do $200 account, $200 trades, $300 trades, and let those trades run to the point where I get up to 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, and now I'm being able to do trades of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and letting those run. And if those run, if a $3,000 trade runs for 50 pips, that is what, 15,000 if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I might be wrong in that consensus. No, that's 25,000. No, sorry, no, it was 15,000. No, sorry. Let me just think about it logically. 50 pips. 5 times 3, 15. Yeah, so it'd be 15,000, right? So in essence, 15,000 is like more than some people save in 1 year, and I've made that in one trade, right? So that's kind of where my head's at right now, where I can just confidently say this trade's gonna run. I'm gonna be in the market for like 1 hour, and my trading day is done. Shoot, my trading week, my trading month can be done at that point. 15 grand. Right, so that's kind of where my head's at right now, and I'm patiently waiting to get to those levels and just waiting. And by all means, I'm not I'm not saying that trading is going to be like the easiest thing in the world later. What I'm saying is you can like prepare and train for trading to be the easiest thing in the world. You can say to yourself that like you want to get to a level where when you get into the ring with a pair, that you're gonna eventually knock that pair out. Let's say, quote unquote, if you're like a boxer, let's say, or if you go into a basketball game, let's say an NBA game, and you're eventually thinking to yourself that you're going to be able to beat this team, right? So that's how you come to the market. You say to yourself as a professional, I'm going to be able to come in the market confidently and beat the market. Not even like beat the market, quote unquote, but just basically come out in a winning situation or a break-even situation or a little loss, like a small loss. And when you have a small account, you don't build it with profit. Like it just doesn't make rational sense. You just learn what to do and what not to do, and when to trade and when not to trade. And when you make a mistake, it's not one of those ones where you're like, oh, I made a mistake. Just keep your lot size small, so when you make that mistake, you're not eating into like a lot of your profit. As well as, you know, like cut your losses short, that kind of thing. And so that when you build your account naturally with deposits, which is then it's like a savings account which you yourself can trade on and earn yourself interest, you can build your account from a small account by making regular deposits. You just have to be really patient. 3 to 5 trades per week. Don't rush anything. So this is kind of what I was referring to when the candle closes. I think what's going to happen is now we're going to get a wick up to take that trade out, this paper trade, and now continue down is what I think is going to happen. But there's no way that I can guarantee that because we're still in this huge ugly mess. But going down to this downside and breaking, it does look like it would like replicate this move right here and give you about like 16, 17 pips. I like this trade. I like this trade a lot actually. Oh, wait, no, this is on the 15 minute. Okay, never mind. When you're on the 15 minute, just disregard the 15 minute. Just disregard it. Wholeheartedly, just disregard it. It doesn't make sense because these are 30 minutes, right? In the 15 minute of grand scheme of things, like, you just don't want to, you want to disregard it. It doesn't make sense. So today really looks like a no trade day where I've sat on my hands. We still have a bit of time, but I'm calling it early today because I have things to do. And then I'm going to be back tomorrow morning. 6 a.m. in order to trade and see if there's going to be a setup. Yeah, so this is why I said disregard the 15-minute candles and that whatnot, because the 15-minute candles will deceive you. Like right now, we're in a bit of a mini range, which you don't want to be in, and that's not a mini range to say, hey, you know what, sells here, buys here. No, buys are above here and sells are above here, and most likely we're looking at a place of momentum, and the next place of momentum is going to be the New York Open, which is at 8 a.m. So 8 a.m. is coming in about 13 minutes. We're just sitting on our hands idly at this point. Yeah, there's the New York Open's about to come in like 9 minutes. We're about to see what's gonna happen. News is at 8:30, but 8:30 news is just trifling. It's just what do you call it? literally is just yellow boxes, so it's not really. Man. Okay. 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 So yeah, so this was one trade, and this was the other trade. This trade was really nice because you're in a range, clear-cut range. You can tell highs created, and now like lows are being created as well. So I mean, like the best trade, however, would be that if a high is created, like price come down and then retest this high, which is doing right now. So this buy would have made sense. Like would have made a lot of sense. I'll be right back. Let's see what is going to. Yeah, so as of right now, as it stands, there's not really much to go off of in terms of a trade. I was saying a little bit earlier, it's like a no trade. And this is why I didn't want to take that trade as well. Why I did not take this trade whatsoever. I mean, it yielded like 6, 7, 8 pips, but at the same time, like, there's all of this, all of this, all of this. There's like this stuff going on, and all of this ranging, and then you have like this low created, and then this high created, and it's just a lot of range. It's a lot of unnecessary price action that when it gets to like the latter part of it, it's like you don't know what's going on exactly. So like at the beginning of it, there's a lot of momentum. Beginning of the move, huge amounts of momentum. Like here, this move right here was 40 pips right off the rip. Then after that move happens, you get a whole bunch of candles that just don't have a lot of momentum, but they comes down. You can clearly see it's in a range, comes up, breaks above that momentum for the beginning of the move, which that's great. But then at the end of the move, you have like a lot of ranging, a lot of up and down. It's really this is what I'm starting to notice at the end of a move, that you'll start to get some up and down, up and down, up and down, as opposed to the beginning of the move where you get just straight, look at this, straight candles, straight just lows being broken, lows being broken, lows being broken all the way up into this point. This whole move was like 40, 60 pips. Oh gosh, oh gosh. This is why GU is amazing. This is why GU is amazing. 60 pips? Oh gosh. I need to wake up earlier. I need to fall asleep. I need to fall asleep earlier. So right now I'm anticipating maybe this low to get retraced too. And then maybe we break lows, because now we have support and resistance being created. So maybe we break lows here and start to get to this downside. Possibly. It's hard to say, but at the same time, like, we already have our game plan mapped out, and like I don't really want to change that, you know. I'll be right back. So right here we have this high being broken. I mean, there's still no trade. From what I can see, the only reason why is because we're still in this range, like I was just speaking about, and we don't want to trade in that. I see here that like if price potentially can come and retrace this area, we can get potentially like 15 pips out of this, maybe. So we'll see, because like how I see it is price is having a hard time coming into this price auction. So now when it comes and it can't go into this price auction, it has like an 80% chance of going into the subsequent one that it was just previously in. Actually, no, it has an 80% chance of going into the following one. We'll wait and see. I already did call today out as a no trade day, so that is what I'm looking at. Yeah, we'll see. we will see. We have 3 more minutes until the 8 a.m. candle. We're just waiting. We're just waiting. So now as price starts to come back in this area with 3 minutes left, no impulse moves. Now what would be very nice if price continued down and broke and closed the candle over here. That would be so nice because structure would still be maintained from not from a wick perspective, but from a candle perspective. So that's a possibility. Okay, so right here we have the 8 a.m. candle. This is the New York candle. We don't want to be rushed into anything abrasive, but I can see here if this is a level of support. If this gets broken, then we're going to continue. Then we're going to surely continue. So that's something that I'm anticipating as a possibility for GU to continue down to the downside. But you really have to wait for this low to be broken, otherwise it's gonna really be rough. Let's see here. 10 lot on that. Right here is when momentum is coming into the market at 8 a.m. the New York Open. So now we can anticipate with momentum for price to be broken and continue downwards. However, we're just waiting. We're just waiting. So right here, we haven't broken it yet. We're still at that level. Okay, for the time being, let's go over to GU. GU is buying. Sorry, UJ is buying. I am currently just waiting idly. This looks like such a good buy. Oh my gosh. Because we're breaking out of resistance. Oh, that looks like a good buy. Maybe I should sit idly. We'll see. Like this trade in my mind is a good trade. So I'm waiting for a price to be broken right here, and we're going to be pushing. Once it breaks there, we're going to be waiting for price to go down to the downside, breaking this candle low as well. Even still, it is 10 pips away, so that's still a really, really great trade. And I think we're about to get that break really soon. Let's see. Man, this trade on UJ is really good because you have the 30-minute candle that like, oh, nope, this is the 15-minute candle. So you want to go to 30 minutes. Okay. Still really good because it broke a doji. It broke a doji candle. It broke a doji candle right here. So when it breaks a doji candle high, it means that no price was coming to the market, but price was like eluding that it was coming to the market. So right here, we're just waiting patiently for price to break this low, as this is a level of support. It's taking its time. It might not break it, and if it doesn't break it, then I don't think that's my trade. So that's what we're waiting on. Waiting on patiently, very patiently. Let's see what can come about. Damn, gold pushed up, gave you about like maybe like 10, 20 pips, and then just shot down. And is this gonna come about? Like, ah, man. The only thing that's kind of deterring me from taking this trade is the fact that the previous candle closed bullish, which would indicate that there's some form of buying momentum there in this price area. And as you can see, price did not break the low here. We did not take this trade as we were anticipating for this low to be broken. Still just waiting, still just waiting, still just waiting. Let's see. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. When it comes to like building capital, you just want to be extremely patient because compounding can work in your favor, but it can also work against you. So like, if you're doing the right things and compounding the right traits and right experiences, then you're gonna be able to basically be in a position where you're on the right side of compounding as opposed to on the wrong side. You can 1000% be on the wrong side of compounding. And that's what compounding will just eat your account, it will just eat your balance, and you don't want that. Legitimately don't want that. So remain patient. Okay, right here, we're breaking the low. Are we gonna break the low this time though? Come on. Is that the break? Oh man, this thing is so deceiving. Okay, I will take that as a break. We broke it. I'm gonna place my stop losses. So it's at a pretty, so we're gonna say, let's say 10 and 10, 10. And so if it starts to come up, that's when I'm thinking to myself that I want to start to take out some of my risk, which would be really, really, really great. So we're looking to take it to about this level. Let's see what will happen. Right here, we're in about 3 pips, 2 pips profit. Nothing much really, but we are just waiting. We are just waiting, we're just waiting, we're just waiting. I'm going to remain patient and we're going to see what can come about. And stop loss is above this 30-minute candle. Once price begins to continue to fall, I'm going to move my stop loss to break even. So right now we are almost at break even in terms of price. We're just waiting, we're just waiting, we're just waiting. Price is going to move quite fast, so we have to be okay with taking out 50% of our lot size if price starts to retrace, which is totally fine. Definitely is fine. Right now we're just waiting. I believe that this is the opportunity because we have momentum in the market at 8 a.m. now, as well as we have a low that we can see getting respected. So that's what we're waiting on. I'm just going to be managing my trade as well, like really, 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 really well. If we start to reject this area, I'm going to be closing probably 50% of my trade. I'm actually even going to get ready for that. From a risk management perspective, that's really good. And also it's something that I'm really trying to work on, like being able to close 50% of your trade if your trade doesn't go in your direction. If it does go in your direction, you're going to want to make sure that you're moving stop loss to break even to make it so it's a risk-free trade. Don't overcomplicate trading, just make it so it's really straightforward. And right there we just passed 5 pips, so I'm going to do myself a favor and just move my stop loss to 0, so that way I don't lose anything. This is a risk-free trade. I've also moved my take profit a little bit to 15 pips, and if it goes the distance, if we continue to break lows, we are going to go to the 20 pip mark. So that's actually what I've missed. What I've moved my stop loss to is 20 pips take profit, so we're just waiting on that. We are breaking lows here, about to break this low. We just broke that low, nice. 10 pips secured. I'm going to guarantee myself 8 pips. Let's go ahead and guarantee myself 8 pips, and boom, 8 pips is secured in profit, and my trading day is done. So now my stop loss, my stop loss, I moved it to break even first, and then I moved my stop loss to here. So stop loss got moved to here to secure 8 pips. Now when my account gets bigger, what I'm going to be doing is stop loss. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be leaving my trade here and closing 80% of my trade because my stop loss is about to be hit, so I don't mind. That was a really great trade. I think my stop loss, stop loss was just hit, made some profit, got out of the market, we're done for the day. Great trade. I will be posting this on my live, and definitely great trade. Definitely great trade. So it was talked about that if price rejects this area and breaks this low, then we're gonna at least come to this area, which we did. I moved my stop loss to 8 pips, which is kind of like the average for myself that I would like to take, and that was an amazing trade. So amazing trade. Let's see here. Amazing trade. Eight pips secured. Well done. 8 pips. And if I had left my stop loss right here, we would still be in this trade. However, like that's what I'm saying, like I want to compound good trades and keep compounding them, because even if this trade runs to like 30 pips, I don't know that it's going to do that. There's no way to know that. However, this sell, it looks so good. I'm not going to take it because we just had the one trade for the day. This sell looks so good, but if I'm remaining disciplined, this trade at the same time, we're still in this zone. This is nothing, I just drew this out. We're still in this huge zone, so it what an amazing trade though. Yeah, so in the future, I'm gonna decide to leave my break even and close 80% and keep 20% running. I think that's gonna be in the near future because I've just been trending pretty well. I'm not gonna get overconfidence, because overconfidence can make you do stuff like taking trades when there's no trade, can make you use larger lot sizes than you're supposed to, which is not good. My trading day is done. I'm done for the day. Just secured 8 pips. Definitely just done for the day. And I had a great time. Marvelous time just watching, just making sure that everything was, you know, as close to perfection as possible. That trade had no backdraw whatsoever. None. Like, it was just a really great trade, all in all. Um, a really, really great trade, all in all. See, one of the main things too is that when I get a lot more patient and I'm not rushing things, I'll be at a substantial balance where I can actually make trades and they're comfortable trades. So let's say, for instance, if I'm at 5,000, I want to make a $50 trade. If I lose that trade and I lose $50, that's only 1% of my account, which is immaculate. That's what you want to do. You want to look towards getting better by 1% each day, profit-wise even also, because when you're at 1%, you don't risk too much. And if you're doing 3 to 5 trades per week, you can only really risk 5%. But your ability to win is far greater than 5%. If you let your trades run for 20 pips, 30 pips, you're right there saying to yourself, I'm getting 2% that day or 3% that day, like right off the bat, right? So you can potentially get 1 week's worth of profit in one day. What it's all about: are you managing risk? Are you putting yourself in the winning position? Are you constantly changing and improving? So I'm actually out of this trade. I moved my stop loss to right here. Stop loss was moved to here in profits. Amazing trade. I seen here that some level of support was created. This candle broke that level of support. We're in a downtrend. Being in a downtrend and breaking the level of support, you can definitely get to some level of wick or some level of support, which it did, and now that was the trade. I actually did get a total of, it went to 11 pips, but I secured 8 right off the rip. So I told myself that if price retraced, which it did, I would be securing 8 pips. In hindsight, 1, I took profit, and 2, I learned what I can do for GU going forward in the future. So amazing trade. If you want to see that trade, just go back to the timestamp at 8 a.m. I did talk about that trade at 8 a.m. Go back until this right here is at 8 a.m. And I talked about that whole trade. I even talked about reasons why I did not want to take any trade. This trade was happening at like 7 a.m. or 6:30 or something like that. I talked about why I didn't want to take this trade. Even though it did go to this point, the better trade would have been all the way up here. That's something I have to learn about in the future. But then at 8 a.m., timestamp 8 a.m., I did talk about, sorry, like 8:05 maybe. 8:05. Yeah, maybe 8:05. At 8:05, I talked about why this would have worked. And it panned out and it worked. Successful sell. Moved my stop loss to in profit, secured 8 pips, and we are just sitting on our hands here idly. I talked about this being a great sell, but at the same time now it's really that, like, you can't know. Sorry about that. So yeah, you really have to just, in these moments of uncertainty, this is when you can say, you can confidently say no trade range, because it's so sloppy. So you get this out, you get no trade range, you make it bold, make it super bold, so you have a no trade range here. So then you say buys above here, and you say potential sells below here, and that's how you map out no trading days. Like, I wanted a candle to close. Like, see how these candles are closing? I wanted a candle to close below this area in order for it to tell me that, hey, we're going down, because nothing has closed below that. So it would have told me, hey, you know what? It would have implied that price is going down, making it so there's a potential selling opportunity, but there realistically nothing broke, nothing's breaking here. So you can say this is a no trade range. You can confidently say that you don't want to take a trade here, even though there was a smooth trade here for like 20 pips. You stay away from that due to the fact that price has just been totally ranging. GU is breaking down. This would have been probably at this point, let's see how much pips. It would have been at this point a 15 pip move, or sorry, 13. Now it's almost 15. This would have been a crazy move. I caught 8 pips out of this. I'm happy with that. I am very happy with that. And trading day is finished for myself. I am not taking any trades. This is sloppy. I wouldn't advise anybody to trade in this whatsoever. And then we have GU. The trade already happened twice. Um, Once here and another time right here as it broke this level of support. I mean to say, yeah, trading day is definitely finished. I'm definitely not getting into anything impulsively. In fact, I'll just be right back. One moment. Yoy, what was this move? This move was a crazy move. Oh my gosh. It's like 25 pips. The entire day went for like I think a total of like I think a total of like, let me just clear something really quickly. Clear. The entire day went for like 80 pips on GU. Wow, the pound is so weak right now. The pound is crazy weak right now. Um, this is like a 25 pip move right now though. This is a crazy move. Like had I just held it the whole time because I got in so perfectly, like I would have got 25. Oh man, I'm so cheesed. It is what it is though. You can't be upset about lost money. That's like FOMO. That's like a portion of FOMO. It's like fear of missing out, right? Then you get back into trades when like you really shouldn't have at all. It's like when you lose two in a row. Like you really have to like just say to yourself, hey, you know what? I've lost two in a row. I have to now just say to myself that this is a trading day that's done, that it's completed for myself, right? And then you just literally just move on to the next day. You don't force stuff. What are we set up to? And you really just stick to your guns and stick to what you know. Don't try to trade things that are unknown because then that's when things get really uncomfortable from a trading standpoint. And like right now for the past 2 days have been the most stress free that I've ever had in trading because I didn't rush anything. I seen setups that I liked. I didn't trade my like a higher lot size that I should have, and I just like really calmly took trades, and those trades panned out successfully with little to no drawdown at all. And that's the thing too, like I talked about this trade right here. If you're taking it, then you're gonna get some wicks, but that it's gonna wick up and that it's gonna like you're gonna be at the mercy of the market. I actually spoke about that at this break, and you would have been at the mercy of the market. That's like 20 pips nearly, 17 to 20 pips. Or actually, sorry, just 17 pips. But like the point is, like you want to take trades where you're gonna feel like there's more higher probability. And I feel like when I simulate trades, trade on the simulator, like I really get that feel for what's going on in the market in terms of GU. And GU is such a slow, sorry, GU is such a fast trading environment and creates so many opportunities that it's more so to do with when I go to UJ, it's slower, it's smoother. I can see setups, I can wait for candles to break and close, and I can establish no trade days because this day was look how wild this is. Like you would have been so someone trading this would have been so stressed out trading that. Like I feel like someone who tried to trade UJ today was just all over the place. Like lost $700 here on this trade trying to sell, and then came up, wicked them down, lost another 1200. Let's say, but no, for real though, it's really just a matter of trading when you know there's going to be momentum in the market, and when you feel that you're going to be, trading the best, and then moving your stop loss to subsequently say to yourself, that's the end of my trading day. Because when I got to like 5 pips, when I got to 5 pips profit, I moved my stop loss to break even, saying to myself that I'm either going to take nothing or this trade's going to continue to run. And it continued to run, and it went to 10 pips. And when it went to 10 pips, I moved my stop loss to 8 pips. And in doing so, I told myself that if it retraces and hits my stop loss, I guaranteed myself 8 pips in the market. Um, and I have had a profitable day, which is more than 50 to 80% of traders can say today, right? So that's like a huge confidence boost. It's either that you're leaving today with losing no money whatsoever, which is huge, or it's that you've come out with a small win. um, and if you've done that, if you've come out break even, no loss whatsoever, or that you've come out with a small win, sorry, then you're better off than 50 to 80% of traders out there. Because 50 to 80% I was talking about it yesterday, 50 to 80% of traders out there are not doing the right and successful stuff. I know because I was literally just there. And that's why I'm taking my time. Like, I'm taking my time. I'm so diligent with my trades because I want to look towards perfection. I want to actually be able to produce and go forward with my goal, as opposed to left and right and continue to go left and right and never coming back to the center, and continuing to go to a straight line to my goal. I want to be able to, if I go left and right, figure out why I went left and right, and then come back on my straight line path to get to my goal, to get to my destination. And the whole time I'm enjoying it. That's what people say as well. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the trials and tribulations because we only live once. And at the same time too, like when we think about our trading journey, if we think about it from a long-term perspective, like I'm gonna have a trading journey of 10 to 20 to 30 years possibly, and in that perspective, I'm still at like the ground floor of my trading journey. I've yet to like even come close to my potential. Not even close. I'm still at the ground floor. So in that sense, I'm totally fine with taking small losses, learning the market. I've seen actually this trade where you get like a low created and then some level of support and then the low respected and broken. Like I've seen that trade already, right? And that's why I was so confident taking this. We were in a downtrend already. Now this trade right here, I still don't want to take it, even though it looks so nice as a sell. It's more than likely gonna just come down, come up, come down, come down, come down, come down, come down, and then subsequently keep on going down to reach this level. I have no doubt in my mind. However, I am staying away because today has been so choppy, so messy. It's really one of those ones that if you get in now, you're just letting the market take your money possibly, or you're forcing a trade and you think it's gonna work and you're gonna do it the next day or the next week and next month and it's gonna be a losing situation. And I'm expecting losses because as a trader you have to expect losses. There's no such thing as perfection. But at the same time, like I'm really looking to mitigate my losses and mitigate my risk and say to myself, where can I get the best trade setups? Like this trade right here, selling through all of this, it's a sell. It's a sell. I don't even think it's gonna go up at all. Like here, I'll even put like it's a paper trade. Oh, I lied. Okay, it went up. It's a paper trade to the downside. I am not actually in this trade whatsoever. I am sitting idly on my hands, not doing anything. Definitely not doing anything here. All right, guys. I was supposed to end at 8 a.m., but it's okay. I went a bit over, which is totally fine because we got the New York push. This was the trade that I was talking about a little earlier. Why it looks so good. The reason why it looks so good is because we're in a downtrend. We created a high, and then we created a low, and then subsequently we're rejecting the same high, and then we're coming possibly into this area. So that's a possibility that might happen, but there's no way to tell unless price actually like closes in this area. Otherwise, we're still in this range. I'm gonna head out now, guys. I'm gonna head out. Successful 8 pips caught on GU. Great trade, guys. Amazing, amazing. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Take care. Have a great day. Take care.